My name's Marty Mangello, and I may have grown up with black and white television, but I still remember slightly questioning that big guy in the red suit. And I can't complain much because I got my first game computer from Santa, and honestly, it was called Pong. It was unbelievable. My brother Mike and I went crazy playing that thing on the living room rug. So in 1974, when they got the first four computers to talk with one another in America, and Dungeons and Dragons came out, boy, it was unbelievable when those arcade games showed up in 1976. Just 2 years later, and I began coding in 79 before I joined the military, and back then, we were using wooden box TVs for monitors. Heck, that's how I got started and became a White House chef, by watching The Galloping Gourmet and Julia Child. So by 1990, yes, I was on Prodigy, CompuServe, and America Online, building websites and eventually building computers. I've been gaming and designing since the dawn of computing on Earth. I was here for the beginning, and I've moved into AI, AR, VR, XR, and MR, which brings me to today. As a new player in War and Order, I am learning how to conjure and craft artifacts, as well as cast spells. You'll often see me learning my way through as a game character of Audrey Elysium, a known Fey High Elf female paladin knight who has taken the oath of vengeance. And I'm not an old-time legacy player, so I don't know everything. I mind my business often. I will appear in battles with a huge wrath totem and lots of lightning. Otherwise, you might find me peacefully tending to my garden in the sky. I'm Marty Mangello, and I hope you enjoy my tips and helpful insights for War and Order. Okay, gang, let's get right to it today. I have switched to an Earth Totem. I know everyone is saying, you had the Wrath Totem for so long, and we've got an addition back here of a TIE fighter that is hanging back here from Star Wars. So, couple of changes in store for everybody. Let me just fix my camera for you there a little bit. Tonight we're going to be talking about getting in on a 4x4 setup and a 4x4 formation. We've already got some friends jumping in. Blex down in Atlanta has been a huge help with this show tonight. Blex A-Rock. And so has Warlock and Sofa and Unsaid and Ares and the King of Death and the Queen of Death, and of course, endless others, that have been contributing, like Barto, and teaching me how to properly set up a 4x4 formation. Let me jump into this presentation here. I don't want to be jacking my jaw forever. It is late tonight. We had a massive win today, gang. It was so exciting, and we're going to have a lottery that we are running tonight as well. I'm going to go on ahead and showcase my screen over there. You guys can see my castle. Let's go on ahead and set up the background today too. We have a nice, beautiful running water background with the stream here and my sister Audrey Elysium. So I often am playing in the game Andromeda Elysium. This is my sister Audrey Elysium. Many of you remember me from the beginning and say, hey, what happened to that girl Audrey? Okay, that's I portray the sister there. So got a couple of things to pick up here today, and you guys can see our success. We finally were able to break through and get on in there. We could just go into the alliance here and really just right into Elite Adventure immediately. We were able to break through today. I want to take a look at the battle record, of course, and you can see the scorched desert 6 hours ago. Huge victory for us. Huge victory. I'm not going to run that film for you tonight, okay? But, I'm just going to say it was a massive and huge victory for us. Okay. So what I would like to do though is, yeah, definitely. I want to claim some stuff. I don't need another desert skin. Thanks so much. I appreciate that. What I do want to do is in Elite Adventure there, I would like to showcase in the battle record on Scorched Desert. I found out today, remember, I'm a new player. This show is all about being a new player, okay? The new player's perspective, the dumbass newbie who doesn't really know how stuff works. You know, that's how I'm always approaching this. I do not pretend like I know really a whole lot. But I found out today that you can click on this rankings here, this trophy, okay? So I want to click on that and go in and take a look, because this is going to let us see, you know, all the different rankings of people. And yeah, no, maybe it wants to work, maybe it doesn't want to work. Okay, it does want to work. Okay. But King of Death, of course, our fearless leader, the King of Death, and his wife, the Queen of Death, coming in at number 6. King of Death, 47 million points. There's Blex, was helping me tonight a lot. Golgotha, Warlock, killing it. Ayats J, Queen of Death. Sisson Gnosis, Barto runs our alliance. Silk One, Deuce, Nori. Those are the top 10. I'm not gonna mention them all, but I was able to come in at number 26, which is pretty good for a new player. Okay, I can say, you know, pretty good for a new player. I don't have very many complaints. Let me do this. Let me go over there and show you the main thing I want to share tonight, in addition to the lottery. Okay, it's not all about picking up my azurite. I want to share with you guys a screen here that we were just working on about the correct 4x4 pattern and how to set this thing up. Okay, so let's do that. Let's showcase this screen here. You can see this massive dragon. I'll make it a little bit bigger for you. Okay, and there, of course, is the Anno banner, anonymous. And if you would, down there at the bottom, turn on the closed captions, because it's a lot easier to follow along with closed captions. Okay. And also for you people who are not real good with English, the little cog wheel over there to the right, that will allow you to change the setting to your language. So we would like for you to be able to follow along in your language and understand what is being said. And that really is the secret to doing this. Even some people that have told me, you know, hey, Marty, I speak actually perfect, you know, or darn near perfect English. And I'm just going to disappear in the background, guys, to make this a bit bigger, okay? But I speak darn near perfect English, and even putting on the captions helped me a lot, okay? So we do that, and definitely not a problem. Blex is saying, hey, you know, you helped us win. We drove participation with the lottery today. Thank you, Marty. Thank you so much, Blex, for saying that. Absolutely. We did that a lot in other alliances, particularly AWL, my original alliance that I got cranking with. And the lottery was very, very successful in driving people in, okay? So what we want to do here is take a look at this, because this is really important in speaking with Barto, our leader, you know, how important it is to have a proper 4x4 setup. So I've got here, you know, kind of like a good image for you of many of the playing cards. We actually have playing cards in War and Order, and they look like these over here on the right. Okay. So these playing cards have a lot of stats, a lot of math. You can get algorithms set up for this. I've got some of them over here. Okay. Take the Grand Elf Sage, for instance. This is a really awesome card. Okay. Yeah. The Grand Elf Sage, hit points of 714. I'm not going to get into all this crazy math tonight, gang. Okay. That might be for another day. All right. But do, when you're in there doing your recruiting, take a look at a lot of these cards, you know, because not many people often click on the cards. Here, of course, is a Royal Guard T9 infantry. And the more you start looking at this type of stuff and the hit points and the attack and the defense, you know, you can't do it all at once. But as the game goes on, I'm on day 209, you know, and as the game moves forward, you can take a look at this stuff, okay, and learn more and more and more. Inside the game right now, I'm playing the brother, Andromeda Elysium, the brother of Audrey. A lot of people met Audrey before. It's just me, okay? I'm just having a good time. This lady I play a lot, and her brother in Dungeons and Dragons, okay? Let's get into this 4x4 and setting up a correct 4x4. I cannot begin to tell you how many people are still contacting me and saying, hey, man, I still don't get it, bro. Could you please explain it to me secretly one more time? Okay. So happy to do that. Happy to do that. When they say, you know, just privately on a, you know, private message, Marty, could you just explain 4x4 to me one more time? I've seen all the traffic. I've seen all the messaging. Sometimes, you know, it's been shocking. Blex and I were laughing tonight. We had a phone call and we were reviewing all this information. It's been shocking to me. Some of our players have said, bro, the translation, it doesn't make sense. Try rewording the whole sentences a completely different way and tell me how to do a 4x4 all over again. I know some of our you know, seasoned players, the elders, they're going to be pissed off. You know, this is freaking stupid. You need to be able to get it like that. And then some of the other ones are not going to be pissed off. They're going to be like, you know, hey, it's cool. If people don't understand it, we're glad that you're trying to explain it better. And that's why I'm using pictures, okay? Because a picture is worth 1,000 words. I can jack my jaw all night and day long, but a picture is worth 1,000 words. So there you go. You're approaching the castle, and who gives a crap about what they come out with, okay? But yeah, they're going to have a beast, and they're going to have a totem and some kind of titan, okay? They may have angels in the middle. Who knows what the heck kind of formation they're going to have. It's going to be whacked out, whatever, okay? What we're interested in down here is what you have, okay? And what was explained to me at least a month and a half ago was like when I reach the castle first that we're attacking. So like in Elite Adventures today, Sofa said, you know, attack this castle, attack that castle, you know, attack 11, attack 12, okay? If I was to get in there first, it messes up the entire battle attack configuration for the entire army of like 8 to 10 million troops coming in. We had over 70 people online today, okay? And so if you don't have a correct 4x4 setup, which is like right here, 1, 2, 3, 4. And in the back line, 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? So if you don't have this, it messes everything up. So 1, 2, 3, 4. If you don't have this, it messes everything up. Okay. So this is why this is so important. And they keep harping away at it, and people sometimes are not getting it. So Blex was even laughing last week. He was like, I'll bet you're going to do something about the 4x4 setup. So let me blow this up for you a little bit bigger here. Okay. So I'm going to do that. I got a slide presentation for you here. I'm going to blow this up a little bit bigger. So we kind of started there in front of the castle, and I'm going to make it a little bit bigger for you here. Okay. And I've got each of the cards set up for you. All right. So if you want to look at one of the cards, like, you know, take a look. I've got a picture here of a guy who's an infantryman. A picture is worth 1,000 words. Notice your infantry is always going to be in the middle at the front. Okay. And start to look at some of the similarities here. Okay. Even is always on the left. I've watched some of these videos on YouTube and they go through this stuff so fast. I can't really make sense of it. Okay, it's very confusing and taking notes, but just take a look at that there. That all of your even troops. Okay, this is if you're playing a Castle 30 and above. And don't worry, you 26 through 29 players, we're going to be getting to you next. You're coming up right next. Okay, so we're not forgetting about you. But if you're playing 30 plus like me, I'm on 32, I think. Okay, 30 to 35% of your infantry is critical. You've got to try to do that in an all T10 if you can, but it may not be possible. So supplement with other even infantry. Make sure you have 30 to 35% infantry. Everything else is 1,000, and then as many mages as you can find. That's why I said as many as you can find. Okay, as many mages as you can find. Okay, you may not be able to find all the rest of your, maybe you did an expansion. You bought an expansion for 1,000 gems. You're able to bring like 250,000 troops to the battlefield, and you just can't find the rest of your army in T10 mages. Then go into your army and find as many mages as you can that are even. Okay. All right. And if you can't, then it's going to suck. You're going to have to use odd mages. Okay. But that is your job, is to find as many mages as you can. That's your job. Okay. You're playing an infantry mages game. Okay. At Castle 30 or above. All right. Everything else is 1,000. All right. And as many mages as you can find. Supplement with other mages if you have to. Private Castle build may slightly change this. Blex was explaining to me the difference between the way he plays and some of the techniques that the King of Death uses. There are some slight variations. Everyone's enjoying the game the way they want to. And we try to avoid dumping on people and pulling our pants down and shooting on them and telling people like exactly how to play the game. And you're an idiot and dumb if you don't do what you're told. I mean, people have to have some enjoyment, right? Okay. And those 1,000, you can see them there. So yeah, on the T9 side, you're going to just have, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. It's critical that you do that. You've got to put, El Barto has said, you've got to put 1,000 in there. Now, some people are going to tell you, well, that guy's dumb and he doesn't know what he's doing. It's only 500 is cool. I've watched some YouTube videos. It's one. Put one in there. Okay. The 1,000 is pretty safe. Okay. It's pretty darn safe. Over here, you've got, of course, on the T10 side, anything that is silliness is 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. Okay. Because you are playing infantry and mages. That's what you decided to play. Okay. Now, yeah, at higher levels of 32, 33, 34, some players switch to cavalry archers. Okay. Totally cool. Whatever you want to do, totally fine. But if you are playing an infantry and mages game with Castle, 30 plus, like I'm in that category right now, your main focus is 30 to 35% infantry, and then as many mages as you can find, and every other dump item is 1,000. Okay, just 1,000. Whether it's mages, we have an archer down here. Okay, 1,000. Okay, whether it's cavalry, I really don't care if it's T10 or T9. It's got to be 1,000. Okay, so this is your angels in the middle, of course. And, as you get higher and higher and higher playing EA, the angels become very important. Warlock, he mentioned to me this morning, sometimes the angels are running around in circles like idiots, and that's not good. And that is true. He's right. But as we move up higher and higher, what the elders are also telling me is that as we get higher and higher and higher, we're going to have angels, and that they are critical in Elite Wars. So, for your castles that are 34, 35, or all the way up to Castle 40, you're following basically the same patterns as you go through the different levels, or as you change over to cavalry and archers. And here I'm just going to spell it out for everybody so you can see it. Okay. So just so you can see it right here, playing an infantry and mages game with Castle 30 plus. Here is a 4x4. I'm just going to spell it out here. If you want to pause this screen, now would be the time. Okay. If you wanted to take any notes, but this is the same stuff that I just got done saying. And, Blex reviewed all this with me tonight to make sure that I'm not getting some things wrong, which was very important to me to get his advice. Now, playing 26 to 29, it is almost the same thing again. But your focus, of course, is when you made it to 26, you were able to buy T9 troops. Okay. And you know that odd is always on the right. Over here, look, odd is always on the right. Here are all of your odd troops. Okay. And even is always on the left. So you're going to plus up with as much T9 infantry, 30 to 35% again, right? This is starting to sound familiar. Okay. And then mages, yeah, the mage, as many as you can find at T9. Okay, as many as you can find at T9, the mages. Okay, so very simple to do. Again, we're into the dump troops, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. Anything that is not important in your life at Castle 26 to 29 is 1,000, because the only things that matter to you playing infantry and mage, okay, the only things that matter to you is having that 30 to 35% infantry, okay, critical for your front line. And then, of course, as many mages as you can find, okay, critical. Now, you want to make sure you're coming to the battlefield with 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, a 4x4 lineup in Elite Adventures and, of course, in Elite Wars. The 4x4 is critical. All right. Now, there's different rules for timed attack and speed attack. So don't be bringing angels to those and other things. It's different rules. I'll cover that in another show. Okay. But for this one, this is how you do it. And yeah, you've got your beast in the back. You've got your totem, and you still always, of course, have your Elder Titan. All right. Easy stuff to do here. The main focus, really, like I said, there is now Castle 26 to 29 is those, 30 to 35% T9 infantry. And I wanted to get these cards out because it's like I said, seeing is believing. So it took me a long time to do all these cards and get them, out of the game and over in here, because seeing is believing. Okay. Makes a lot of sense. Here again, I have spelled it out for you, 26 to 29. It's just so you can kind of sort of see it. You can listen to me, you can look at the pictures, but then you can read it, okay? And if you have the closed captions on at the bottom, you're seeing that. And if you changed the cogwheel to your language, you're actually watching it in Arabic right now, or Turkish, or French, or German, okay? So that's very happiness for you. And yeah, playing an archers or cavalry type of game, we have a lot of people out there who are not interested in playing the infantry game. And this has been a big waste of time for them. They're like, bro, you wasted my time, okay, with this dumb video. I'm playing cavalry and archers. You did nothing to assist me and explain what I'm supposed to do. I'm going to do that for you right here. Very easy, okay? Playing an archers and cavalry type of game. You get the idea. You're just switching these exact opposite, okay, is all you're doing. You're just switching the exact opposite rules, okay? So every time you hear me say something like, get as many mages as you can find, get as many archers as you can find, okay? Oh, he said all about 30 to 35% infantry. Get 30 to 35% cavalry, okay? Playing the archers and cavalry type of game in 4x4, it's not that difficult to do, okay? And it's pretty much the same rules right here of everything that we just covered in the slides up above. It's just switching the very basic 4x4 lineup to now match your archers and cavalry type game. I hope this has helped a lot of people to see this slide presentation. I've worked on this for hours, gang, to try to bring a picture is worth 1,000 words to the marketplace, because, you know, a picture is worth 1,000 words. I can talk all night long, but seeing is believing. Okay. Let me go on ahead and get to the random number generator here for today's lottery. We held a lottery with a $50 prize. Okay. And before I do that, you may have noticed a couple of our tickers at the beginning for War and Orders tips and tricks. I am in Anno. That's our alliance, Anonymous, in Realm 1652. So come on in and join us. Even if you're a legacy player, an elder player, you know, we are encouraging people to join us and come have fun. I obviously have never claimed that I'm an expert player. I am new, just over 200 days. Okay. Today is 209. And if you do enjoy our streams and things, more information is available at our marketing company of Mangello Associates Strategic Marketing. Big shout out to Wounded Warrior Project. Thank you so much for everything you guys are doing with Stream to Serve. And let's maintain health, okay? Let's maintain health, resist bad games, refuse to be staying up all night long drinking, you know, energy drinks and 3 to 16 cups of coffee, and don't overspend and lose your shorts spending too much money or play too long. Moderation in gaming is very important. Okay, so take care of yourself, and thanks so much to Wounded Warrior Project for bringing these types of things to the forefront with their live streaming and gaming. So it's been really cool. I'm a member of Wounded Warrior Project and also a member of Invictus with Prince Harry. So some of these things, even our veterans can be gaming too long and be involved too long with energy drinks and stuff like that. We do want you to take care of yourself, and it's very important. So thank you so much for doing that. You can join our fellow veterans on Twitch. So twitch.tv/ okay, Wounded Warrior Project, if you're into that. And WWP Stream to Serve is on X. And today, like I said, we had huge success in Elite Adventures. Okay, we tried this particular module, you know, last week and failed. And so I said, you know, what are we going to do to like get more people on? Because if we had like 60, 70 people to come on, and Drake, who has just been fantastic over there in the Netherlands, he is always helping me and always, you know, coming onto line to assist me privately, and has even reviewed, you know, my artifacts and stuff. Drake said, you know, there's no way we're going to get freaking 70 people on ever, bro. So today he was very nice. He said, Marty, we had 72 people on. I got to thank you, man. You know, this lottery thing was really cool for Elite Adventures. So without further ado, let me bring that up. What I'm going to do is just remind you guys that we have here a random number generator. Let me share that here on the screen. This is provided by Google for free. I'm going to show you how this works, okay? I'm going to show you 1, 2, 3 times how this works, okay? And then on the 4th time is going to be the official winner of the $50 and 5 million RSS, okay? So this is how this thing works. Here's once, twice, 3 times. There were 72 people online. I've got it running 1 through 72. The next time I hit this, it's going to actually do it. Okay. So that will be who the winner is. And how do we know, you know, how to check that? We are going to go back over to War and Order on the big IBM screen here. And remember, I was down here in the Alliance. Okay. And we had gone into Elite Adventure, and we brought up the battle record. And then we were reviewing the rankings. So here you'll notice, let's just check this. It should be 72 people that were on today. Let's just verify that for the audience. 72 right there. Okay. Now that means that Navalny and Saga, they came in at least to enter the lottery to support us. And some of these people just put troops in the castle. Okay. So if one of them wins it, don't be pissed, because fair is fair and we have to abide by fair is fair. Okay. We will look this up to see who the winner is on the random number generator, which is, of course, going to go right now from 1 to 72. And there we got the random number generator. Let's share that. Make sure it is showing. And oh, look at that. That was lucky number 13. Don't you feel lucky? Okay. All right. I said I'm going to hit this a fourth time. Here we go. Tonight's winner. Drum roll. Wait a minute. I got a drum roll here. I think I got a drum roll here. Hold on one second, guys. Drum roll, drum roll, drum roll right there. All right, hit it. Number 61. Who is number 61? I have no idea, but number 61, you just won. Number 61 is right there. Sumo Dan. Oh, man, Sumo. What a great guy. He is such a fun player, Sumo Dan. He does a fantastic, fun job. Let me share that with you guys. Number 61, Sumo Dan. Let's go back over here to share the screen at War and Order. And you can see right there, number 61 was Sumo Dan. He had 88,575 points. Congratulations to Sumo Dan. You did it, bro. We will be sending you the money either by PayPal or Zoom, and the 5 million RSS will be delivered this week to your castle, brother. You did a great job, Dan. Thank you so much to everybody for joining us tonight. We really appreciate it. And, it's our opportunity to give back to the players. And we were laughing today saying, when's the next time that we're going to get a chance to actually get some money out of this game instead of always into this game. So this has been our opportunity, and we can have more lotteries if people want to help sponsor the lotteries. There's no reason why we can't have more lotteries. I mentioned, if we don't get the response of at least 70 people today, then we were going to make the lottery $100 next week. Okay, until we get a response and get 70 people on. And I know a lot of people said, I really don't think it's possible, bro. You're stoned, and I don't think it's going to happen. 70 people's a lot of people, Marty. I got to tell you, as a team, we did it. I am just one person in all of this, and thank you so much for joining us tonight. We appreciate you stopping in. We've got quite a few people on. We've had some nice comments coming in, and hope you have a great weekend. And happy St. Patrick's Day is coming up. It's all about this weekend. Take care, everybody.